Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial, the first thing I'm going to be doing is to mark a straight line to serve as our starting point, and I'm using my pattern paper to do this, to mark for this drafting. You can mark directly on your fabric, but for me I am using my pattern. So the first next thing I did is to mark my bust point and then my half length. My bust point is at 7 inches, and then my half length is at 13 inches. So all you have to do is to just insert your own child measurement. And the next thing I'm going to mark is half of my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 12 inches, and I'm going to connect the line all the way to meet my bust point. Once I am done with this, I'm going to go ahead and take out my off shoulder where I want it to be, and for this I am going down by 4 inches. You can go as lower than this. You can see my daughter's own how it came out at the end of the video, so you decide if you want it to go lower than this. So once I mark a straight line there, I'm going to go ahead and determine how wide I want the neckline to be. And for this I also marked at 4 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead and mark quarter of my bust measurement. That's my bust measurement divided by 4. I'll make a point there, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect these 2 points. Once I am done with that, if you want your neckline to go lower than this, please go ahead and make some adjustments at this point, but for me I'm leaving it straight. The next thing I did is to go ahead and mark my waist measurement divided by 4. I made a point there and then connected to my bust point. And that's all for the front bodies. If you haven't subscribed until this moment, please hit on the subscribe button. And to my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So I decided to be transferring this to another pattern paper to cut out our back. And for this, if you look at it, you see that I added 1 inch allowance for my zipper. And then I'm going to go ahead and trace out every other side. The difference from the front to the back is just the zipper allowance, and then the neckline that I changed. So for my back neckline, I'm going to go lower than the front one, and for this I am going down by 1.5 inches, and then I'll connect it to the front, to the neck width. And then I'll connect it with a straight line for the at the zipper side. So this is the front and the back. So the next thing I'm going to do is to transfer this to my pattern. And when you look at it, you see that at my seam side I have 1.5 inches for my allowance, and then at every other side I'm going to be adding ½ inch all around, just like you see me do. Please go ahead and do the same. And I'll repeat the same process for the back. I added ½ inch every other side, and then for my seam side I added 1.5 inches, and I'll go ahead to cut it out as well. And as you know, I'm going to be cutting 2 of these. That's one for my lining and then one for my main fabric. If you have your normal lining, please make use of it, but for me I am using the same fabric as my lining. So this is what we are going to be using to serve as our sleeve. And for the width of it, for the length of it, I have about 15 inches. And then for the width, I have about 5 inches. That's 15 by 5. So I'm going to fold this into 2 and then stitch it from the other end to this side. So we are going to be leaving one side open to turn it inside out. And we have 4 pieces for this. So this is it after I was done stitching it down. I'm going to go ahead and cut out the excesses at the edge of it. Once I am done cutting it out, I'm going to turn this inside out with my scissors. So all I have to do is to use yours to clip the cloth with your scissors. Please do not cut it open, just clip it, and then start pulling the fabric onto your scissors till you get to the end, and then you pull it out. So this is it. Once you are done with that, we are going to go ahead and work on our bodice. So one piece of this is my lining and one is my main fabric, remember this. So I'm going to pick one piece of this, and then I'm going to place it into the line in between the lining and the main fabric. Remember that you're going to be leaving ½ inch at the shoulder line or at the neckline, so that you can to serve as your stitching allowance. What you're placing inside is not going to start from the beginning. It's going to start ½ inch after ½ inch away from the beginning. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to place it, pin this down, and then I will do the same thing for the other side. I'll open up my lining and then place this into it, and as you can see, it's about ½ inch away from the beginning of the body. Then I'll pin it down and then stitch all the way from the armhole to the neckline and to the other armhole. I'll repeat the same process for the back one. For the back one, I place it ½ inch away from the starting point, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it up with my lining, pin this all the way through, and then go to my sewing machine to stitch it down. So this is it. After I was done stitching it down, I'm just cutting out all the edges that will cause bulk, that will make it to be bulky, and then I make notches or where necessary, and then turn it to the right side. You can see the front one. I'll do the same thing for the back one, and you see it once I am done with it. If you have light at this moment, please go ahead and iron your pieces. So this is it. We are going to be doing front facing front at this moment. That's the front of my front body with the front of my back bodies. I'll make sure I arrange all my pieces well, and then I'll stitch it down at the two seam side. Then this is the piece I'll be using for my gathers. The first thing I did is to hem it, and then I'll go ahead, run loose stitches at the upper side and gather it for the gown. Remember, you're not going to gather your zipper allowance. So this is our bodice. Once I am done with it, you can see it's coming together. We're almost done with this style. You can see the bodice now. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our gathers. And this is the gathers for the gown. I'm done gathering it exactly my waist measurement. Remember not to gather your zipper allowance so that it doesn't get your zipper to be bulky. So the next thing I'm going to do is to also do front facing front for this, and I'll place my bodice on the gathers. If you want, you can go ahead and pin this down, but I prefer stitching arranging as I stitch because of the gathers. So I'm going to I went ahead to stitch it down, and the next thing I'm going to do is to close up the zipper allowance. Make sure you arrange it well. I will close up the zipper allowance and then attach my zipper to the gown, and this is it after I was done attaching it. So all you have to do is, once you put this gown on for your child, you just go ahead and tie these pieces at the shoulder place. You're going to see it while on my daughter's body. And that's all for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Share my videos with family and friends, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.